How it all began. I was not a system admin when I was born. Nobody is born with that title. Everyone expects cute little babies when they are born. Just like many of you, I don't remember the moment I was born. It is a fact that my memory doesn't remember things from my early childhood. I remember a picture taken in my childhood. I found that picture later in the couch that we had. I remember that we lived in a city but close to a zoo, which was nearby, and the zookeeper fed the animals at a specific time of the day, and the animals in the zoo made a noise when they expected feeding time or saw their food. I remember that I was waiting for my cousins to show up so I could play with them. When I was in my teen years, I did not have a computer. The only thing I was given by my parents at the time was a programmable calculator. So if you don't have a computer now, it does not mean that you never will have one. You may not see a data center, but it is not the end of the world. Most important is to have a desire to become a computer engineer one day. Not everyone will become an engineer. Some will become mothers and fathers, and this is so important. More important than becoming a system administrator. However, something will need you to feed your family and you, and this job is perhaps for you. When I was in my teen years, I broke my mother's computer at work. I don't know if she knows it or not to this day. To my excuse, I was I wanted to do good, but it went terribly bad. I don't think it was my fault. It was my first time with my mom's computer. I went into the BIOS settings. If you don't know what BIOS means, it is the first thing before a computer starts up. I adjusted the computer's memory settings. I did not know at the time that it is necessary to install more memory into the computer and not only adjust the memory settings in the BIOS. Computer went black after the reboot. I thought at the time that I was doing something good, but it went terribly bad. I took a book home. Computers those days came with a book or a manual, and I was reading the book that evening on how to bring her work computer back to life. I found out the hard way, of course, that I not only need to adjust memory setting in the BIOS, but also install physical memory into the computer, and the computer needs to support as well. I fixed it the next day. As a boy, I found an excuse to come to my mom's workplace and fix a computer with what I read in the manual. Maybe as a reader, you are in a pathway seeking where to go. Maybe after reading this book, you will decide that computers are not bad after all. Not everyone will become a system administrator, but I hope that after reading this book, you will be capable of becoming more knowledgeable than you are now. My journey. I was not always a system admin. Initially, when I was a kid, this sentence did not mean anything to me. Even the imagination of becoming a system operator at the largest company in the world was too far for me to think about. Perhaps you are in the same boat today, or you work for a small company and think one day to to work for a big company. Everything is possible, and I will do my part to give you knowledge to do so in this book.